So welcome back to Lab 2. Here we are going to work on visitor parking log app. So if you remember in the previous section, we created an app um, here, a site on the SharePoint. Now this site we are going to use as a data source, right? Now, I have already created this. So there are two ways. Either I can update the list here and then I can go and create in Power App an application. Now this time I would be creating an application with data. So start with data. So I hope you remember while creating the application, we have this SharePoint option as well. Other way is I update the list here or my data here, and from right here in the SharePoint, I can start creating the app. So we'll look, creating an application in the Power App we have seen already. So this time let's see through the SharePoint. So first of all, I hope you downloaded those files in the Lab 1 which were recommended. Now this is the time when we would use those files. Okay, so we are going to import that Excel sheet. Okay, I do not have a file here. I have file here. Okay, so this is the file that we downloaded, and here I have this file, parking app. So let's bring this one. This is uploaded. We are going to use this one. So this is our list. Basically, in this file, we have a lot of data about the parking vehicles. So we have the car registration, we have make, model, date. Now we need to check once for all this, what kind of data we have here. So we have here title, which would be treated as a title. However, here under date, it says a number. So let's change it to date and time. Now, whatever type of data we select here, right, the column types we select, that's how my data would be treated. So for example, here I have selected single line to text. Now, these are the numbers, but that being treated as a text means you cannot perform the numerical operations on these numbers because they are being treated as text. So same way, if I want my data to be treated as date and time, I should keep it as a date and time. So let's go. Now here, parking records, visitor parking log. So anywhere in your user guide, if it says that you a particular name or any tag it shows, you should use that. Why? Because in future you might have any dependency on that particular name or tag. So my SharePoint data is ready. Almost 99% it shows. Here I have all my data. So you can see all the name and everything here populated already. Now with this, I want to create an application. Yes. So let's go integrate, go to Power Apps and create an app. Simple. So we have Power App already integrated. That's the beauty or benefit you can say of using the Power Platform. Everything is integrated. You can cross use them as and when you want. I'm gonna skip it and I have all my data here. So you see these are the titles. These are, and I click on this. So if I want to see how it works, I can go to preview, right? And I can see how it works. So I click on the title. So here it shows title, right? We can change that. So title and then everything is showing up here, all the detail. So how we can change it? Let's go back, go here, and this is where I can change it. Yes, so what name? Let me check if in your, okay, so we will change it to the name. I'm trying to keep it as consistent as your lab manual. So let's close it. Yeah. So now if I go again preview, right? So here it shows the parking app, right? And we go back. So if you want to check if everything is fine and you want to, so we have this, we saw already the preview, right? Now we can save it, and I'm not publishing it right away. We have already saved it. Now it's time, let's customize a bit before we publish it. So I have simply save it for now. So unless you do not publish, your app would not be available, correct? Um, so this is the browse screen, this is the detail screen, and this is the edit screen. If I go here, I have this edit form, correct? So let's go and do some edits. What edit? Let's see. Like here, I have date, like the date and date picker. All right, so I see here a date here. Let's make some changes. So I'll select this one, this date, and let's use, okay. So here it says default, right? So what I want to do, that this should automatically populate with the current date if the field does not have already have a selected date, right? So if you do not select date, it should automatically pick the current date. For that, I would need to use a syntax. So syntax are like formulas. So, or you can see, say like how you do conditions in programming. That is, we can do here. So basically, I'm saying here, if is bank this item date, then it should be today, right? So this is a simple syntax. This syntax work like if the date is blank, right? If the date is blank, then it should be current date. That's what I'm trying to say here. Um, so yes, you would need to look at the syntax a bit, which I would be sharing the link where you can get more information how to create uh, uh, get master on the syntax. Now let's do some more changes. Um, so let's go to browse screen and your title. Yes, so here's the title. We do not have um, date here, so let's insert here a text label. Okay, let's make it. So I want it to be in inside this. So a better way to do this is, now this is the label. Where is the text that I just entered? So all of them now get the date, right? Okay. So if I put it somewhere here, all the data would have this date, right? Here, all the data would show date, right? So I can keep adding or designing more. Okay, let me also change the size. It's kind of misfit here, right? Now it would looks in sync with other data here. All right. So I kind of rearranged a bit. Now it should look good. Now what else we can enter here is I'm just trying to align a bit. I give up. But you can align it, right? Now I want to do something more. Insert. Let's say I want to take an image. Let's make it uh, small and make it here, right? Now I can change this image. I can take some upload the image or in case our file had an image, I could have used it. Let's see. So here, display, I can take a stock image or I can upload. Let's see if I have something in my file. Uh, where is my file? Yes. Mm, Power App, Sparking app. Okay, I don't see any file image here. Okay, I'll pick this one. Yeah, this is the logo here. So I can say fit. Let's make it so it is visible. But I want to make it only for if this item for is for disabled access. Right now it is showing for everyone. That's not I want. I want it to be accessed only if it is for the disabled people, right? So only then it would show. So if in my data there is any parking is for the disabled access, only then it would show, right? Because that's how it should be. So now let's see. Yeah, I should have saved it, I guess. Let me save. Okay, so the image we have updated here that only if it is a disabled item, then only you should be able to see that disabled icon. Like this is for the access for disabled. Now, if this is for the disabled access, then only you should be able to see. Now, if I see here, I don't see any of for the any data. So that means in our data, we do not have a disabled access item. So let's add some. So we'll go here. Now here in the disabled access, we have to give them data. So let's put here data. Make Honda, right? Then model or, and this is by default taking today's date. Now I'll just copy and paste the rest of the detail. So I have this table. Now here we have to say true. Now if we do that, then this new data should show this icon. That means this parking, um, uh, this visitor is for the disabled, like the disabled access this vehicle is available. That's what it means, right? So as we keep adding data for, so maybe we should add a couple more that you will find on your user guide and you can check, right? So once this is done, then we can go back. Now we have to publish, right? So every time we make some changes, we click on save, right? But this save is would not be available to your users. It could be some particular users or a group of users. So this site, if you remember, we created for only for the team, right? For those members to whom we have shared. So if I go for publish this version, and I can say okay. So we are ready to publish it. Now, if you want to share with someone, start publishing is now publishing. Great. So if I want to share it with others, I can share it. So I can put some name to whom I want to give access to. So for that, I should have more people here. So if I say everyone in Contoso, I am hoping that maybe I get error, but let's check. So if I do that and I click on share. Now, because this website that we created is not for everyone, right? And also, it also depends on your group policy, what is applied here. So, no, they won't notify automatically, copy and paste and send it to them. So that means my group policy allow me to share. So that depends what group policy you are using. So that is on the SharePoint, we created this app and now we should be able to see this on the Power App as well. So so we are basically in the Power App and if I go to apps, I should be able to see this visitor parking log. That is what we created. And if we play it, we should be able to see the preview of the application. These are the okay. So this is the one that we made new entry. And we could have done a couple of more. I would really want you to do more to for the practice purpose. And so this is the preview that we just did, and our app is ready. What's next? Um, so now if you would install your on your mobile if you go to the App Store and you install the SharePoint there and the Power Apps there, then you would need to sign in with the same ID. So you can go to your App Store, or if you are on Android, you can go to Play Store and you can install Power Apps. So once you have that, you can log in with your Microsoft 365 email ID and you would be able to see this application there and you can play the application. So this was about creating a data from creating an application from data, and this time we use the data from the SharePoint. Next, we would be in the lab 3, we would be creating an application from a blank canvas. So let's move.